Alex Gonzalez was 27 years old when he was shot and killed during a traffic stop by police in Austin, Texas in January.
It's hard every day getting up. Getting up is there. It's hard.
His mother, Liz, told Reuters she's racked with anger and grief since Alex's death.
You know, I miss him, Mama. I miss him. I miss his voice.
The officer who killed Gonzalez wore a police body camera, and the city of Austin had pledged to make public all video involving serious injury or death within 60 days. But the Gonzalez family would learn that the city would fall short of that promise.
Why? Because we're in Austin? Because we're in Texas? What is going on with the office inside Austin? They know 60 days, and they still nothing.
Laws covering police cameras and video releases vary widely by jurisdiction across the United States. In Austin, police reform activists initially cheered the city's 60-day promise as a move toward transparency and accountability. But a Reuters review found that since May of 2020, when Austin pledged to release videos within 60 days, police met that deadline only once. In 3 cases where police shot and killed suspects, video was released after that deadline. And in at least 10 use-of-force incidents during Black Lives Matter protests last year, the department did not release any video. Some say the delays are the work of a department trying to protect itself. Rebecca Weber is an Austin civil rights lawyer.
As far as just releasing like body cam or security or dash cam videos of shootings, in my opinion, they continue to make those decisions the same way that they always have for years and years and years. As long as I've been paying attention for the last 10 years, that they release information that is good for their officers, and they do not release information that is not good.
Weber represents Sam Kirsch, who is suing the police over an injury to his eye he claims was caused by a police-fired projectile during a Black Lives Matter protest in May last year.
Thankfully, when I was shot, I wasn't knocked out. Like, I stayed conscious, which is really good. But, you can imagine what, a projectile shot from a 40-millimeter grenade launcher will do to your face.
The district attorney's office said it is investigating the incident, but no longer objects to releasing the footage. The video is not yet public. In court filings, the officer said he acted within the scope of his duties. While Gonzalez's family waited and weeks became months, police twice put out statements explaining the holdup. They cited weather-related closures and investigative needs. Alex's mother, Liz, says it was upsetting to steel herself for the video of her son's death ahead of each deadline, only to be confronted with delays.
I'd be working, then I'd just stop. Like, I'd be stuck, like snap out of it, and it's hard for me to snap out of it, And then I'll start getting mad, and then I start taking it out on people, and that's not me, and that's not right.
Austin's interim police chief said there have been legitimate reasons for delays in releasing video, including insufficient resources for the time-intensive process of preparing the footage for public disclosure. But he told Reuters the policy needs to be overhauled. He wants to reduce processing time by no longer editing videos and instead release almost raw footage.
Put your hands up!
The Gonzalez video was finally released in April, 113 days after the shooting. It's graphic and shows Alex Gonzalez's final moments. He exits the car as officers repeatedly shout commands at him. He walks around to the passenger side and reaches into the vehicle.
I do not reach!
Officer Luis Serrato repeatedly shouts, "Do not reach,"
Do not reach!
and then fires his weapon 10 times. Liz Gonzalez believes Alex was wrongfully killed and plans to sue the city. Ken Irwin is an attorney representing Officer Serrato. He says that releasing video could in some cases compromise the rights of cops facing criminal investigation.
We're not wholesale against the release of footage, but it cannot come at the expense of somebody's fair, right, due process. So if an event has been reviewed and it's not going to be presented to a grand jury, there's not going to be any criminal action on it, then it becomes much easier to, if you want to release some footage, okay, because we're not now harming a person's future trial rights. That's the problem.
Prosecutors say they expect to present the case to a grand jury by early winter.